everyone, and welcome back. Today, I want to ask you to imagine something with me. Imagine I wake up tomorrow and I have forgotten everything that I knew about the English language. I have to start my English journey all over again, like a beginner, from scratch, ground zero. All my confidence gone. What would I do? Where would I even begin? It's a question that I often think about. Trust me, honestly. And today, I am going to be completely transparent with all of you and share a 5-step roadmap that I am going to follow if I have to learn the English language all over again. This isn't just a mere plan. This is what I believe is the fastest way and even the most effective way to go from a beginner to a confident person. So, let's talk about step 1. The first thing I would do even before I purchase a book or a course or look for a tutor or even before I register on any app. First, I will talk to myself. I will work on my mind. I would sit myself down and ask myself. Number 1 question will be why do I want to learn the English language this time? Is it to feel powerful when I speak, to connect with the global community, or to make it my profession? I would talk to myself and find out that deep personal reason and write it on a sticky note or in my journal or even on my whiteboard, preferably somewhere which I can see every single day. Why would I do that? Because that is going to be my fuel and my constant reminder every single day of why am I putting in that effort in learning the English language once again. What is the next thing that I'm going to talk to myself about? Number 2 is going to be a chat about my self-belief. I would remind myself that all of my favorite speakers like Priyanka Chopra, Palki Sharma, Shah Rukh Khan, Leonardo DiCaprio, all of them were once at the same stage where I am at today, which means one day even they started as a beginner. I would give myself the permission to be a beginner again. I will give myself the leeway because that's where great journeys always begin, isn't it? From taking that first step. And then I'm going to have a quick chat about the third and the most important thing, which is my mistakes. I know when I start the journey once again, I am going to make a lot of mistakes. So I would talk to myself and tell myself to welcome those mistakes, not to be afraid of them. I would never allow a mistake to stop me. Instead, I would look at each mistake as a proof that I'm trying. I would tell myself that whenever I make a mistake, it is my brain telling me, hey Moupriya, we need to try a different way. This very mindset change that I am making right now by having these difficult and important talks with myself is what would get me through the tough days that I'm going to face ahead. With my mindset at the right place, now it's time to look at the step-by-step plan of action that I'm going to take. So in step number 2, I would start by mastering the basics. How will that work? I would start with 100, not thousands. Just 100 most common everyday words. That will be my first step. Next, I would focus only on the basic 3 tenses: past, present, and future. I am definitely not going to worry about perfect grammar or complex rules and memorize anything. No, I'm not getting into that trap. I would pick a list of simple sentences with the words that I have learned so far, and I would practice saying these sentences in its past, present, and future forms. And to master basics, I would start working on my pronunciation because that's very crucial. I would listen to podcasts, I would listen to news which are in simple English. Now, when I say I would listen to podcasts, I'm not going to listen to spoken English conversations of other learners. That is not a podcast. I am going to listen to podcasts on different topics by different speakers who are fluent in English. If I search on YouTube, I would get plenty of podcasters. There is Ranbir Alabadia, there is Palki Sharma, we have videos by Ankur Variku, all very simple English, very easy language, but at least I would know that they are doing their job right. I can also listen to my favorite Bollywood celebrities and their interviews because I would have that assurance that they are pronouncing things correctly and they are not making too many mistakes. Although even they make mistakes from time to time, but at least I would know that it is vetted because those are recorded by production houses. They check everything and then put things out on social media. So with that assurance, it will make me feel more comfortable to learn from them than to learn from any other random learner. When I listen to them, I'm going to train my mouth to make the correct sounds so that no bad habit can get a chance to form, like not being able to say sir and sure. Next is time for step number 3, which is I would get started with my practice every single day. Like how if I want to learn to play guitar, I would watch videos of somebody who is showing how to play guitar, somebody who is explaining the different chords, and along with that, I would also sit with my guitar and I would like to test out the chords and play it by myself. Similarly, when I'm working on my basics, in step number 3, I'm going to dive into my regular practice. And this is how I would do it. I know this much that consistency is everything. If I'm not consistent, nothing is going to work out. So I would create a daily routine for myself. That is going to center around 4 pillars of learning the English language. I know the 4 pillars by now, which are listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So to listen, I would listen to simple but correct English every single day. I will not make my journey boring. Someday I will listen to an animated video, maybe a story. Someday I will listen to a good podcast. Someday I would try and listen to a fun interview of celebrities where they are talking in English. Like this, I will try and spice it up so that I don't get bored with my listening. But I would not listen to learners, only to great speakers. Be it a kid's story that I am listening to or a very nice podcast, one thing that I would focus on is mindful listening. I would not scroll my phone while I am listening to something while it is playing in my laptop. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pay my full attention to it. I would try and imagine myself in that situation and try and speak like them. I would try to do that practice. Next comes number 2, reading. I would start by picking up one of the beginner-friendly books and I would start reading at least 5 to 10 pages every single day. I am definitely not going to bother to pick up every single word that is new. Rather, I would read and in the context of the story, I would try to understand or figure out the meaning of that word. My main focus is going to be to understand the story. Then in step number 3, I am going to do some writing. I would keep a small notebook with me and I would start by writing 3 to 5 simple sentences about my day. I can write it early in the morning or I can also write it at the end of the day. Something like, today I went to the market. Today I bought 3 types of vegetables. I felt really happy. Doing this activity is going to help me develop my confidence in sentence construction. And lastly, speaking. This is the most important one. Because I'm a beginner, I would definitely hesitate to speak with somebody else, and it might also be difficult for me to get someone around me who would want to speak to me in English. So I would start by standing in front of the mirror or turning on my phone camera and speaking into it. I would imagine myself having a conversation with someone. When I record my own voice and then listen back to it, that is going to tell me what are the things that I like about myself and what are the things I want to change. Slowly and gradually, I'm going to look for other learners who can be my speaking partners, and I can connect with them for 5 minutes, 10 minutes every day, and I can speak to them on something or the other. My goal here will be to get comfortable with the sound of my own voice, because otherwise I can really hate my own sound and I can feel embarrassed listening to myself. Also, it would help me to pay attention to the mistakes that I am making. That ways, my brain can remember and stop me from making those mistakes once again. In step 4, now that I have a plan for myself, I'm going to create a daily routine or a schedule for myself where I am going to dedicate 15 minutes every single day. In the morning, I will spend 5 minutes listening to a simple English podcast or a simple short story. In the afternoon, for 5 minutes, I will practice 5 new words that I have picked up in the last few days or even that day from the podcast. So I would just sit down and write down 5 or 6 quick sentences with those 5 words in 5 minutes. In the evening, I will spend another 5 to 10 minutes to read and write. I can read 5 pages in 10 minutes, or I can also write for 5 minutes about my day, how the entire day went. I'm not going to fret over it or worry that, oh, I have one more chore. For me, these 15 minutes that I'm allotting to myself, I will treat it like brushing my teeth or just taking a bath. By the way, I can also utilize the time that I'm taking a bath to play a podcast in the washroom, and I can just listen to it because I'm just taking a bath. I'm not doing anything else, so I can listen to something. In simple words, it is going to be a non-negotiable time frame for my self-development. 15 minutes, I am going to commit to my language learning journey. However, I'm not going to spend more than that. I will do 15 minutes every single day. And then, now that I have my process in place, now that I have my map in front of me, the 5th and one of the most important steps that I'm going to follow would be to celebrate my progress. Every day, I am going to make sure that I acknowledge one thing that I have achieved in that day's practice. I would congratulate myself that I tried. I would celebrate speaking even one simple sentence correctly. I would be happy if I am able to understand and guess the meaning of one new word. Or if I am able to finally finish a book, that would make me really elated. Why will I do that? Because these constant celebrations would be my motivation to do better. So that brings us to the end of the 5-step plan to develop my English language. So that's my plan. This is exactly what I would do if I were a beginner today. And I'm sharing this with you because I know many of you are at the same place. You are confused with the conundrum of information that is available everywhere. You don't know what to follow, who to listen to. But I shared it with you because I know without a doubt that this works. Why? Because I have already done it in my life. The path to confident isn't about magic. It is rather about a simple, consistent plan and constant effort. To make it simpler for you guys, I have created exactly what you need to handhold you every single day, which is my 4 weeks Confident Communication Kickstart Course, which is going to be followed by a 60 days boot camp to learn English without grammar. And finally will be followed by an enhanced course to work on your personality development. You can explore the course, check the link in the description box, go through the course page, see what are the topics, explore them, and if you feel that it will help you to get confident with your communication journey, then definitely you can sign up for it. It is full of step-by-step guidance, very personalized video lessons, a lot of exercises, and the best part is you get to become the part of the Speaking Pro community where you can real-time practice with co-learners, and I am also present there personally to offer guidance. So if you are ready to take on this challenge and get started with your English language learning and confidence development journey, then check out the description box. All the details are given out there. And with that, also let me know in the comment section, how did you find my 5-step plan? And if you have any better ideas, please feel free to drop them. I would love to read them. With that, I'm going to say goodbye for today, and I'll see you tomorrow with another new video. Take care.